Hey guys, I'm here with two South Carolina products, an Innovative Arms SlingShot in titanium and an American Tactical 1911 from GSG. Now, the GSG is made in Germany, but it is imported to South Carolina at least. But I'm here today to talk about this little, very handy, very lightweight little sound suppressor. It's like the perfect counterpart to a lightweight 22 caliber handgun because it doesn't add much weight to the end of it. Now, plenty of sound suppressors, especially ones made entirely of steel, tend to be a little too weighty and they're generally not that versatile. A lot of them say they're only good for 22, long, short, whatever. And but this one right here, the Innovative Arms SlingShot TI, is actually rated for full auto 22, 5.7, even 17 HMR. That's amazing, right? The pressure differences between that and say a standard 22 long rifle round are substantial. But I really like this can on a pistol. As you can tell, it runs pretty well. And I've got obviously no ears in. It's very pleasant. We know the gun is empty, but still, check, check. One of the only things I don't like about this GSG is the fact that it does not fire with the magazine removed, but I understand it's not a defensive or tactical weapon, so it doesn't really need to. On a side note, you can see from the Mitt Silencer Shop was actually the company that I bought this Innovative Arms sound suppressor from. That's right, bought. This is not one of the ones that was provided by them for a review, but rather one that was purchased previously. Now, this can is pretty warm. It is titanium, so it heats up fairly quickly, but it's not unbearably warm. And if you're wondering, what on earth is he putting that thing on? Oh, just you wait. Very, very deep threads. So, all right. This looks like an XM177 of Vietnam, but it's not. It's a SPR to AR lower, SPR pistol length, or SPR length, I guess you should say, 8.5-inch barreled XM177 clone with a Spikes Tactical 22 conversion kit inside of it, which consists of just basically a drop-in bolt carrier replacement. I'm using a Black Dog Machine 22 mag, which takes the exact dimensions of an AR mag and just converts it into a 22. So let's see how this Innovative Arms can handle being mounted on a longer barrel. We're clear. No, yeah, definitely. It's hearing safe, but kind of just barely. And that makes sense. That's standard Velocity 22 from Federal, some of their value pack stuff. The stuff that comes in a 525 round box. And it's generally, decent velocity, kind of teetering on high velocity. So just the general size of that can is not enough to contain all of the blast coming off of a high velocity or a normal velocity cartridge. That said, it's still hearing safe, still decently pleasant to shoot, and I'd say with the addition of something like subsonic rounds, like Aguila's SSS rounds, which are those 60 grain, like stupid quiet rounds, or maybe they're Hummingbird rounds, also very, very quiet. Now I have one problem with this can, and I can't show you right this second because it's way too hot, but basically you take the end cap off the base of the can, and then strike the exposed threaded portion on either a table or something wood, something that won't scratch it, right? Because the design consists of basically a titanium sleeve and then these inner monocores, which are the baffles, right? Well, the problem is, with this one in particular at least, after about 100 rounds, it's so carbon locked, I couldn't pry it apart right now without destroying the tube. That's a problem because the tube is a serialized portion of the sound suppressor. So this little guy right here comes off, like I was saying before. You see the exposed threaded portion. I had to slam that on something hard. So you'd slam this portion on something and it would dislodge the sleeve. These little teeth up top align with other teeth on the actual sleeve and it locks into place. This thing on the bottom screws in to secure it. And like I said, normally you bang it on the table once, it breaks the initial carbon lock. You can almost twist the sleeve off, even though the sleeve is not threaded. that twisting momentum or motion usually breaks the bonds. However, in my experience, that's not been the case. When I try to do that, it locks up so bad that I think I have blood blisters on my hand from trying to actually unscrew it by hand. So what's the solution? Well, it's aluminum, so you don't want to put it inside of a sonic cleaner because it will destroy it. Probably soaking it in something that's safe for aluminum that will help break down those carbon bonds. And then once that's sat for a few hours, then do your best to kind of knock it loose. That said, it doesn't really need to be cleaned for a couple hundred rounds in terms of will it affect performance. And my experience thus far with Innovative Arms and their service department is such that even if I made this thing basically impossible to break apart, I know that if I sent it back to them, they would get it back to me looking brand new in basically no time at all. So overall, is it a solid purchase? If you want a really, really lightweight 22 can, that's ideal for 22 pistols like, you know, the Mark III or the GSG 1911, or even just a like a Glock with a 22 conversion slide barrel combination on it, I think this Innovative Arms SlingShot is a solid performer. If you're gonna only run it on carbines, I'd go with something else. It's not quite enough for me to wait the 6 months for the ATF transfer if I was gonna put it dedicated on like a rifle. Still, it didn't have any perceivable point of aim, point of impact shift when I installed it on there versus running the standard birdcage flash hider. So it does work wonders as a precision rifle muzzle device, but if you're looking for pure silencer performance, it's just not quite there, at least not with high velocity or standard velocity rounds. Thanks guys. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more burst reviews.